Hey, what's up everybody, it's Chris with DigitalREM. In this video, we're going to show you how we use our Instagram template to create our profile pictures and our Instagram posts. We created a template just for you that you can get from DigitalREM.com, but we're just going to show you how to use it in this video. So let's get right to it. So here it is. Here's the template that we created for the community here. So in Photoshop, we created an Instagram template that you can work with, and we're going to pretty much run through how to use this template real quick. So we're going to show you how to do this. In the template, you will see there is a folder. The folder will have it will say Instagram aspect ratios. That's essentially the dimensions of the images that you will use for Instagram, right? Inside of that folder, you have 4 more folders. The 4 folders really consist of the different aspect ratios that Instagram consists of. We'll first start with the circle profile picture. The circle profile picture is very easy to use. So inside of the circle profile picture, you will see that there's an insert photo folder, and there's a background folder. The background folder allows you to change the background. You know, you can add images to this background. You can change it inside of this folder. So just drop whatever background you want into this folder, and if your image has transparency, it will apply it to that image, right? Now, if your image does not have transparency, let's say your image is something like this one, right? I'm gonna just drop an image on here. We're just gonna work with these images. Your image is just a full image like this one. Now you're able to create your composition, like what looks the best. You're able to really get a feel for how that looks. Like, do you want yourself centered? Do you want yourself off to the left or the right? And really get a feel for your composition as far as how it looks when people see your profile picture. Like, for instance, I wouldn't like this because it feels like the head is cut off a little bit. So I would want to bring it in. Then I would see his hand. So I'm like, I want to show his hand a little bit. And even that other foot a little bit. Just bring it in just a little bit. Like so. Until it feels right to you. Boom. And you can do that with any picture. So any picture that you create, you can drop it in here. Not only that, you will be able to, if you know how to use Photoshop, be able to create a new layer. And now you can draw on this layer. Or if you add another image to this layer, you can add an image to this layer. So you can really get creative however you want to, right? And this is, if you notice, it's me using the paintbrush tool to draw on this image, whatever. And that's just an example. I'm using a paintbrush tool just so you can put another layer on the top of it. So if it's some type of ribbon or whatever it is, you can put that over the top of it. I really wish I have something at my disposal right now. And actually I do. I'm gonna just pull something up off of Google. So let's just say a ribbon, award. I'm gonna just put award, because this is an award, whatever, right? Let's just go with something like, let's go with something like this. Copy this image, and you just paste it in this layer. Boom. We're gonna add a mask to that, invert that mask, boom. Now look, you have a new profile picture with an award, and it's already masked out for you. Boom. Saves you time, saves you resources, you can hit the ground running and create however you want to create, right? Boom. So that's that. Alright, so that's the profile picture. So you get creative as you want to with the profile picture. Do what you want to do, right? We're gonna go to the 4x5 IGTV. So this is when you post in the IGTV, and usually when you run live, it'll ask you what you want your cover photo to be, or your cover art to be, or whatever the word to use, but what you want that to be, and you can upload an image. This is that image. This is the dimensions of that image that you want to upload. You don't want to. I did this mistake myself. This is what I'm trying to trying to share with y'all, because now that I've created a library where now I can create these thumbnails on the fly and very simply, I'm sharing that with y'all. But you don't want to do a live and then your picture be a frame from your live. You're like, because you're talking and it doesn't tell you anything about the video, it doesn't show you anything about the video, but you just look like you're talking and your live looks like nobody knows what that doesn't entice somebody to click on it. So at the end of the day, that's why we create this dimension here, or that's why we created this at all. So think of this whole front, think of the whole canvas as your phone, right? So on IGTV, now you can add this. I created a folder, but on the top of this folder, there's another folder, or a layer above this folder, there's another folder called title or insert text. And you can put your text and your title here. What that's gonna do is show the area that your text will show when you're posting on your story. Like, so this is your whole phone. So this is essentially what your story will look like, right? So you can post text here and here on your story. That's IGTV. You're getting the whole frame of IGTV. But with that being said, let's go down to, well, before we even go down one step further, we're going to insert a photo. So in it, there's another folder called insert photo, and this consistently runs throughout the post one and the HD one. So you're going to get the same treatment as far as the folders in all of these different aspect ratios, these other different layers. So insert text, again, you insert your text. Your text being whatever the video is about. I highly urge you use whatever the video is about. You insert the text so people will know. The main goal of this is for people not to scroll past your video, because it usually takes between 1 to 2 seconds or 3 seconds, even at the longest, but 1 to 3 seconds for you to be able to capture the audience of the person viewing. So with text, that actually makes that window larger, where essentially you can possibly buy up to 15 seconds of their attention. So if you catch them with a caption that says what this video is about, then it's like, okay, now I kind of know what I'm getting into before I even start to watch the video. So now you have my attention until you don't. So that's essentially what you want to do in the first, with the title, adding that title to your video, or adding that title to the frame of your video. Now inside of the insert photo here, you want to just drop a photo. Drop whatever you create. The whole meaning of doing this is for you to curate your own content. You want to be able to create your own content. So let's say this is your IGTV. You just dropped a new video. Now this is your thumbnail for that video. Now you can just get in here and get real creative with it. Like, let me I don't know, I'm just making something up right now. So if you want to copy it, you can, but I'm just making something up right now. You can add some shapes to it, whatever, right? Where's the boom, boom. Feel that. Like, you get at, that's not a best looking triangle, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to do here. You can add shapes to it. You can, better than adding shapes to it, let's do something a little better, right? Better than adding shapes to it, because remember, this is the key to how to use this. When you're scrolling, when you're on your IGTV feed, the only part they're gonna see is this part here, where you're seeing the character with the background. They're not gonna see any of this white area on their IGTV feed. But if you were to share this on your story, they're gonna see your whole screen here. So again, if you're creating a story picture, you can have this text like, check out the new where it says title, check out the new IGTV video just dropped. Whatever. You can have that title here, you can have that title there, and it'll show up on your story. Then when they go to your IGTV, you can have, it'll show this thumbnail. Now let's take that a step further, because essentially this is for your IGTV, right? This is for your IGTV. This is for your post, which is the same concept. You have text, you can insert your photo. So let's insert the photo again. You can insert your photo. You have the text, and like I said before, on your actual news feed, on your post, it's gonna show the square images, like everybody's aware of. Like there's square images. It's gonna show those square images. So, and then if you share it on your, IGTV or your stories, you're gonna see all of this white area. So you can get real creative in the white area, because now you can share that part to your story that leads them back to your post, that this is what they'll see on your timeline. Let's take that a step further, because now you're gonna start to see how these all work together. We're gonna take it a step further. So let's say, okay, Chris, this is the aspect ratio of my feed. With this being said, the post is the most important folder that you're gonna have. To my personal opinion, the post is the most important folder it's gonna have, because it's the 1x1 dimension. So on IGTV, you're gonna be able to, let's give you an example. On the IGTV, and this should have been in here, but on the IGTV, you're gonna be able to, if you turn off the insert photo part, you're gonna be able to tell, turn off all the green part. You're gonna be able to tell, okay, if I do a square post, if I do use the post one, the square aspect ratio, if I do that one, I can post a text title here and a text title here on these white areas, and that'll show on my IGTV. So essentially, if I create a picture or a thumbnail that's this size, then I can put text above and below on IGTV for the IGTV post. And then when I post the IGTV, I just use a square image, but have the text at the top and the bottom. With that being said, I usually say you just use your branding for IGTV. Don't necessarily worry about this bottom part, but you'll learn all this stuff as you do it. Don't necessarily worry about putting any text on this bottom part, because IGTV puts the title of your video and things like that on that bottom part. So don't necessarily worry about that, but worry about the top part. Like, what text can I put in? Can I just put my brand in at the top? Whatever the case may be. Then you can also put text over your image as well. However you want to do. But really, the whole goal of this is really just for you to understand your different aspect ratios that you can work within. So with that being said, you can create a graphic, and everything on this image will show in your story, right? This is all one image. Everything on this image will show in your story. Then you create the live video, and then you use this same thumbnail and change it and made a text, a title for it. Then when you got done with your live video, it's like, do you want to upload your cover art? Yes, I do. You grab your cover art, which is the same image, and upload it as your cover art. So on your IGTV, you're gonna see everything within this border here. You're gonna see that on IGTV. Then on your post, if you haven't it go into your post as well, you're gonna see this image by itself on your post. That's how they work together. All right, Chris, let's take it one step further. Let's take it one step further, because I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. I'm gonna give y'all all the sauce, right? So we're gonna take it one step further. And this is supposed to be inside here again. Make sure you insert your photos inside the insert photo category, right? Take it one step further. This is what I consider my favorite one. Insert this into the photos real quick. So we're gonna drop this. Usually I create all of my content 16:9. That's usually how you shoot videos and things like that. It's 16:9. If you are, this is a tip for everybody who's viewing right now. If you are creating content, if you're creating videos, most people, just a tip, for my mentees usually, but I'm gonna share with y'all. This is a tip. When you're creating videos, most people, when they're creating IG videos, whatever, they hold their phone up like this, create their videos. If you're shooting live, definitely do that. If you're shooting live video, definitely do that. But if you're creating content for yourself, turn your camera sideways so it uses the whole 16:9 aspect ratio. So turn your camera sideways as if you were shooting from an actual camera, an actual DSLR camera. Turn your camera sideways like you would see the same dimensions you would see on actual television. Turn that camera sideways. Chris, why should I do that? If on Instagram, the posts are square anyway. Why should I turn it sideways? Because then it gets shrunk in the middle and there's space between the top and the bottom. You hit the nail on the head. There's space between the top and the bottom. And what do we want to fill that space with? Text. So let's continue on. As you see, we have the 16:9 HD video aspect ratio. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorites. Put it like that. This is one of my favorites, depending on what I'm trying to do. But this is one of my favorites. You can post Instagram story. You can have an Instagram story that looks just like this, the whole screen. They'll see all this white. They'll see all this white on the top, all this white on the bottom. They'll see this text. They'll see this text. All right, keep that in mind. If they are viewing it on your post, like your actual feed, they're gonna see the text like this. So now on your feed, they're gonna get a title at the top, and you can put your branding or whatever at the bottom. Because again, the feed doesn't necessarily have the description at the bottom of there. So you can do text at the top, branding at the bottom, however you want to freak it. You can do that, right? Get creative, really get creative. All right. With that being said, and I put it in this order on purpose. With that being said, you can go to the IGTV. So IGTV version, you can, everything inside of this part will post to your IGTV. So again, if you made a live video, more than likely if you made a live video, you'd have to come back in here and drop the image into here. But if you made a live video, you can put your live video image here, have the text here, where that's the aspect ratio of the actual feed, have some more additional text here at the top, like check us out on Dream TV, check us out, or live at lunch on Dream TV, 2 p.m. Eastern time, like a little bit of additional information for the people who are viewing your IGTV feed part. You might have just live at lunch right here, but right here you might have the hours or whatever the case may be. And I'm just using an example of live at lunch, but this could be anything. Like, it could be anything. Just get creative. Once you use it, you'll see how the best way to use it for you. So, you can put the additional information that will just show on your IGTV feed part, right? And then with the same thing, with that being said, if you have even more information, like follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, you can put that into these sections. Because again, these sections are the sections that are going to have where your story. So when you share it on a story, it's going to show all of this. When you share it on IGTV, it's only going to show this part. When you share it on your news feed, it's only going to show this part. And when you have an HD video, that's the area you're going to get. And then why I even point out the HD video part, because again, you can, just like with any of these where it says insert your video/photo, you can really get in here and get creative on what it looks like in here. Because this is what you want them to catch their attention. You want this part to really catch people's attention, like, boom, check this out. So you can create your composition like that. Add your title. Let's say, I'm just making an example. Check us out. Check us out. Then, go into this one. Mondays, 12 p.m. Right? And then on the outside one have some type of branded texture or something like that. You know, really get creative. If you need examples, check out my stuff. Check out my stuff. You can see examples like on this particular part. I use this like as a texture, a fabric texture. So this part that I know that's going to be on any story that's going to show all of this. It's like it says DigitalREM, and it's like a textured DigitalREM that goes like this. It's like a pattern texture that just has my branding on it. Then with the other parts, you know, it varies. But again, you can have this part just be a pattern texture with your branding. It's really hot. This is, at the end of the day, you want to get as creative as you can, right? So we're just going to leave that there. Boom. I'm going to save this real quick. So with that being said, I'm going to give you one more just swipe through quick run and dirty of what we have here. So all of these different ones have the same folder layout. So you have 3 folders in them. Each folder has an insert text where you can create new text layers, or you know, just change the text on those layers or turn them off. And you have a insert photo / video layer, which I will rename all of them insert photo. Let's do photo / video, because I don't want people to do video until you get to that part of the lesson. Because we do have a method of inserting video that's also covered in our production, our mentorship. We have a way to get your video in there on your phone, all on your phone. So insert photo / video. Boom, you basically open that folder, drop whatever you need to in that folder, and you know, get it rocking. It's already masked out for you, so you can just move things as you want to move them. You can manipulate them how you want to manipulate them. You can create new layers in here and really get creative with what you want to do, and rock like that, right? Boom. So then you have the 1x1 post. The 1x1 post is essentially your typical Instagram feed post. It's the square post that you see going down your personal timeline. The square post that you see. So if you use the 16:9, create your footage in the 16:9, now it will give you areas above and below to add text, branding, things like that. So you just do it like that. Boom. So again, we have the same thing. Insert text, insert photo, whatever. They're currently turned off, so you can see. If you need to see where your aspect ratio is, just turn all the greens off, and you'll be able to see the other one's aspect ratio, so you can kind of get a feel for where you need to design inside of, right? Let's go on to IGTV. IGTV as well has an insert text, insert photo layer. And I said I was going to change these names, didn't I? Insert text, insert photo layer. Boom. I'm going to put insert text here. Boom. So inside of these insert text, insert photo layers, you can, again, let me double check, make sure I'm good. But yeah, insert text, insert photos. You can, again, insert your photo, insert your text. Again, this whole area is going to be the thumbnail for your IGTV. It's going to be the thumbnail for your IGTV in this whole area. I highly suggest, do not put, unless you created a photo just for that, do not put a photo for your IGTV like this. At least, at minimum, you know, do some photoshopping, photo editing, you know, put your quote in here, or put your text under. Better yet, put your text inside of the actual photo part where it's more like this than anything. I kept it outside like this because, that being said, overall, this whole canvas is what you're going to see on your story. So your story is going to look like this. So you can share whatever you create on any of these different layouts. You can share on your story, and that's exactly what it's going to look like on your story. So your HD video version is going to look like this on your story. Your your post version, it'll look like this on your story. You know, you can change it, but it'll look like this on your story, your post version, like this on your story. Your IGTV version is going to look like this on your story. But again, you want to keep in mind, if you want to, in a way, you want to create for the level up. So I always say, this is the most powerful one for me. I always say, just turn these 2 layers off. Boom. Now, this is your story section. This is your story section. This is your IGTV section. This is your IGTV section, and all of this is your feed section with the squares. Your feed section. If you want to have text on your feed post, just go ahead and drop it down one more level. Just drop it down one more level. Go ahead and turn them greens off. Drop it down one more level. So now you have the HD layout, the 16:9 layout. So now you have this text will show you on your feed. Anything below it will show on your feed. Your content will be in the middle. Your on your IGTV, anything you put right here and right here will show in your IGTV, and anything that's here and here will show in your stories. So again, the most powerful ones are 1x1 posts and a 16:9, but there are instances where you might use the IGTV. But I definitely made all of the options available to you so you can use them. So I'm just hop out of this scene real quick and wrap this up. Just get out of here, get out of studio mode, boom. So I hope you found this lesson valuable. It's not necessarily much of a lesson, but really going over the template, how we designed it for you. So the Instagram template is available for you. If you found this valuable, give this video a like. I don't even know if this is going to be on YouTube at all, to be totally honest with you, because this is also just more of a follow-up support video for everybody who has purchased the actual template, the actual Instagram template for creating their content for Instagram. Again, this is something I use on a daily basis. So again, I can quickly churn out what I need to churn out, you know, when creating these videos. And that's at the end of the day what DigitalREM Production offers. We're showing people how to create content at the most efficient rate possible, put it like that. So instead of having to go back and try to redesign another one and then figure out the aspect ratios, we created the template for you. So now you just drag and drop your picture in from your actual photo or whatever. You drag your photo in, you insert your text, boom, and you save it, and then you can post to your story, post to your IGTV, post to your news feed, all from one picture, and you'll be able to just really rock out like that. So I hope this was valuable to you. If you don't have if you are interested in purchasing this template, it will be on DigitalREM.com in the shop. It will be on the catalog. You can go to the top menu bar on DigitalREM.com, and there is a shop button. You can hit that shop button, but to get to everything in the catalog, there's a drop down, and you can hit the catalog. And in the catalog, you will see everything across the board that DigitalREM has to offer. My lips are getting dry, so I think that's my sign to wrap this up. So I hope this video was valuable to you, and I hope this is something that you can utilize to create better content, because really I want DigitalREM community to create the best content on the internet, period. So with that being said,